Take a deep breath. No, I can't do this. It'll be okay. But speaking in front of people has been one of my worst fears. Well, you've always wondered what it would be like, and now you will know. I had a choice between taking this speech class now or later, and I chose to do it now. Why? Because it can be nerve-wracking, especially for someone as shy and quiet as me. But deep down inside, I really wanted to, and I had to push myself to it, because I almost gave up when I found out the class was full, but I insisted until I was able to be in it. According to an article by website Outspoken.co, R.H. Bruskin, a public speaker trainer, says, and I quote, 41% of people were afraid of public speaking, while only 19% were afraid of death. Everyone is afraid of something. The majority of us have public speaking on that list. I was able to step out of my comfort zone and experience the art of public speaking. I was able to speak about certain topics of my interest, and I'm sure most of you guys were able to get to know me a little more. Experience is the best teacher. First, I will talk to you guys about how I became more self-aware. Then I will explain how being vulnerable can be beautiful. And finally, about getting out of your comfort zone. Well, many of you are probably wondering, well, how did I become more self-aware during this class? Well, to become self-aware means to observe, to think, to know what you're feeling, to know what you want, and actually go ahead and do them. Because like it says, no one is more vulnerable than the person who lacks self-awareness. There were 3 main techniques that I learned to help me before my speeches, because I learned how vital it is to be self-aware during a speech. They were to know the material, think positively, and meditate. Learning these 3 techniques can help in any situation other than just speech. It is vital for everyday life, especially in situations where you feel afraid or nervous. Knowing the material is important because it gives you the confidence to go up in front of people and feel prepared. It goes the same for any situation in life. If you have the opportunity to be prepared, it's best to do so. Being optimistic can change any type of dilemma life throws at you. If you're not positive about yourself, then why would you expect others to be about you? It always starts with your mentality. Thinking positive about my speech each time gave me one more reason why I'm going up there and why I chose to be in the class in the first place. Meditation can help your mind connect to your body to here and now. It's important to know your purpose, because without one, how can you be even self-aware of yourself? So I just talked to you guys about 3 techniques. I learned to overcome my fear of public speaking. Next, I'll explain how I learned that everyone has a state of openness. The second most important thing that I learned was that we are all human with vulnerability. In high school, most of the time we are with the same people for 4 years. We are limited to who we meet and who we talk to, and most of the time we don't even get to learn about each other. I had the opportunity to learn about diverse cultures, and my peers were able to open up and share a little bit of themselves. I felt as I learned more about each one in a 6-minute speech than I would have if I would have just conversated or just small chit chat. Hearing my peers talk about from a vulnerable place, it made me appreciate them as human beings. Often vulnerability is associated with weakness, but it can be far from the truth. I learned that it can be beautiful, and it's a part of that makes us who we are. It's important to understand and accept when opening up. I also realized that we're all in this classroom with the same purpose, but yet we all have different goals in life. So first, I talked to you guys about important techniques that I learned. Then I explained why I believe everyone should be understood and accepted. I will now share what I learned about getting out of my comfort zone. So getting out of your comfort zone means that life begins at the end of it. So stepping out of your comfort zone can revolutionize your perspective on everything. Your comfort zone can be deadly if you're constantly stuck in it. For a long time, I would avoid presentations. I would avoid anything that had to do with speaking up, raising my hand, or answering questions. But I was not able to overcome a fear. I was able to overcome that fear for so long that I had. And the best part was that I knew that I wasn't the only one. I knew that everyone was going through the same thing, and it was good that I had people to relate to. It put me into perspective where I was only competing with myself. When I was up there giving my speeches, it was me versus me. I was not comparing with anyone else, and I was careful to let those negative thoughts out of my head out, because I knew that the moment that I let one negative comment in, I would completely mess up everything. I believe that books cannot teach you everything. They cannot teach you how to become a great speaker or how to get out of your comfort zone, because you have to experience that for yourself firsthand. Most importantly, I was able to experience public speaking. I learned to make peace with it, and I learned more about myself. So to wrap things up, I first talked about the fact that I learned to be more self-aware. I explained why I believe sharing vulnerability is beautiful. And finally, I shared how I learned that stepping out of your comfort zone changed my perspective. So experience can be the best teacher for everyone. Today you learned what I took away from this class: how to become self-aware, acknowledging vulnerability, and stepping out of your comfort zone. Like American activist and public speaker once said, Maggie Kuhn once said, speak your mind even if your voice shakes. Thank you.